Trip After Party on the Power Trip Podcast Network.
Power Trip After Party. It is Friday, June 5th, 2020, in the year of our Lord, or non-specific higher deity, or not anything at all.
You don't have to cater to me. I don't care.
Well, it's 311. Its initials. The 311 was a big day.
That was sweet, dude.
I thought you'd have the initials have something to do with the band, to be honest with you. That was my guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know
I
what
think
it
the
could
day and age
be.
of that are gone.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, people are going to try and
it's
crack
too
that
obvious,
code
right?
for the
For
initials jackpot.
Especially,
So I said this on air, but I'm going to say this again. I'm going to make this promise. I'm not trying to rig it to have the jackpot be one or not one. I'm literally trying to play the game as if nothing is different. So, again, if some weird fucking letter pops up, and I know the chances of somebody guessing it is almost zero, we're still playing the game. It's just going to be a week that it goes up $500, and if you're the caller that week, that's just unfortunate that you have almost no chance, unless some weird, like that's your dad's set of initials. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm going to keep playing the game as if the jackpot doesn't exist. And then once in a while, a week like this week pops up, RS are two of the, top 10 letters probably?
Yeah.
The guy went with B, which is a common letter. H is not super common, obviously, but you go BH today. And, yeah, maybe. But RS was sitting there.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to keep playing the way we're playing it, and if it takes 2 or 3 years to hit, somebody's going to win a shitload of money.
God, I hope
and
I get to 20
cannot wait.
before
It's
then.
going to be just...
It's going to be the best.
What are we at? 5 weeks? 6 weeks?
This is week 6 is next week, so we're up to 3K.
I'm sorry, with Parrish hitting a year. When is his...
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
When's his
Wrong
anniversary?
record.
I think it's like July 26th. So we're
Jesus,
10
it's
months in.
coming up
Yeah.
on
Almost. Yeah, get pushing 11 here pretty soon.
We're a month away.
Son of a
A month and a
bitch.
half, yeah.
You were
Do
off
I get
for
like
like
my
almost,
own jacket?
You were off for like 2 months, but still,
Yeah.
between actual wins, it's coming up on a
Yeah,
year.
I'm coming up, the focus. I'm coming back in. I'm not back into game shape yet.
Right.
Still exhibition
Yeah, you
season
hockey
for
players
me.
and your groins.
So yeah, the groins right now. They're just they're not triggering.
Got to have
they're
a
not-
good groin to win this
Oh,
game.
my
They're not triggering the frontal lobe here to get me thinking anything right.
What'd you just read?
So it's July 26th, that's confirmed, but obviously
Of
you haven't
2019.
played every single
Yeah.
week since
Yeah.
then. But you are continuing that most consecutive games lost record to...
At 20, can I guess?
Go ahead.
It's got to be more than. It's got to be in the high 20s,
like
low
this
30s.
game.
I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess exactly 30.
AJ,
27. I don't know.
you want to guess?
No,
I'm sensing that it's higher. 32.
I'm going to go higher, like 35.
So this is from the initials game.
Yeah.
The Power Trip
Power Trip
website.
initials, sure.
So I don't know if he's updated. I'm assuming he hasn't. So you lost your 33rd
that was close.
consecutive game today.
Yeah, in honor
33rd.
of Morneau, 33.
My goodness gracious.
Proud of myself.
That's hard to do.
It is.
Do you remember-
Actually, it's a lot easier than you
impressive.
expect.
Do you remember the first couple of years you played, though? We
Not even
ripped you
mad.
that you consistently finished second.
Oh.
You were rarely last.
Yeah.
You were always second by a point or two.
And-
always in the mix, never to the finish line. And now I think you would take second place
I
once in a
would,
while. Today you did, right?
I'm just happy to ring in nowadays.
Yeah. Today you tied for second, correct?
Guess I wasn't quite sure about Russell Stover.
Great guess.
I was.
Yeah, I think
I'm
three of
Ron
us-
Swanson. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know with the mic. I felt like I was quiet today, but yeah. Ron Swanson.
At least
I kinda
three of
thought
us
it
were on
was
the chocolate box, but I just
yeah.
didn't think of the brand.
Yeah, I couldn't. I had the Russell part. I was like, "What's the last?"
What's
I couldn't-
what's
yeah.
Stover's first
I was
name?
like, Stover.
Yeah.
Freaking Stover.
Ron
You,
Swanson kicks ass.
Yes, he does.
He's the best.
You're pretty streaky with the second place, too. Like, you string those second places.
Yeah.
Like, you had 3 in a row earlier this year.
And then you have those
had
weeks
one
where we got
point-
mic problems and you're just,
Yeah.
the mic's not working. And
It's
Yeah.
always the mic. It's never me.
That's what it is.
Yeah, damn
I'm
it,
sorry.
Zach.
I'm going to talk to our engineers
Get it
and figure
fixed.
that out. You've been getting screwed over. Far too long.
Poor Top 10 Liquors in Northland.
Hey, one other note that we were talking about off air, too, is before the game started, and I didn't tip my hand, obviously, but before the game started to AJ, Creasel, and Parrish, I was like, I think there's a couple today that are so hard, I don't think you guys might even get them. And the two that I had in my head, because Hawk wasn't here, were Redemption Song and Red Skull, and those are the two that the whole group missed.
Yeah.
And Redemption Song you guys should have had.
I should have had Redemption
Somebody should have
Song.
gotten that one, but with Red Skull, since I've never seen any of the movies that he's been in, even though I'm familiar with the character because I've seen the image on trailers and things like that, and he's been in 3 giant Marvel movies, so I knew you guys had a shot at it because you guys are Marvel guys way, way, way more than I am. I was mentioning to you guys that the first couple of years of the game, if I thought that the answer was too hard, I would just kind of leave them off the list. Now, as long as it's fair, I think it's still trivia at the end of the day, right? And if somebody knows who Red Skull is and the other four don't, advantage them. Then they know the trivia.
Sure.
So
it works that way with athletes or
100%.
Yeah.
Or... Rick Spielman's not
Don't be
there
afraid
to
to throw
perish.
some more hockey in there.
Well, and since we don't use, we don't do the bonus initials or the tiebreakers very often, tiebreaker number 1 was a hockey player.
Was it?
Figure it out.
Ryan Suter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Not even
Get to a tiebreaker!
Well, I tried.
Get to a tiebreaker and you can walk. There's your win right there.
It is weird.
I got
Ryan
screwed.
Suter.
I got screwed. I rang in first. So there's the mic issues. I'm running with this one now.
There you go.
Mic issues on which one was that? What did you have to? Richard Simmons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have
mic
had that one way
issues.
earlier, too.
That was mine.
That podcast is
and
real
then
good.
Ron Swanson, Redemption Song, right there. Should have won.
Ugh. You're in the mix, dude. Just get back in the flow. Get that win before July 26th.
Please,
don't
for
go a
the
full
love
calendar
of
year.
God.
It's weird how the game works
I don't know
toward the
if
end of
people
it.
like it more if I lose or win.
No, they want to see you win.
They want to see you win.
Zach can attest, right? Yeah. AJ is the opposite because when AJ and Sauce win, we've seen this literally almost 100 times a piece, right? It's so much more fun when Marnie, you, Zach, Nordo win.
Annually win.
Yeah, but it's fun when the underdog wins.
You're going to feel, Twitter reaction will register on the Richter scale when you win. It'll be a big deal.
It's like when Derek Bugard would score a goal. Like the heavy,
like 4 a year, right?
A goal, yeah. And everybody on the bench gets way more excited.
For sure.
Yeah,
it's like it's
a different celebration when those guys score.
It's like when Sauce does math.
Come on.
Yeah. Hey, you got it.
It's like Cubs, Red Sox World Series.
The curse of the goat. Yeah, that's what it is.
What did you do after the 26th?
I don't know.
Did you trade Babe Ruth away? Did you throw a whiskey bottle at the ref?
I started drinking way too much.
Thursday, Friday for
him. I don't know, Parrish. I love that it is a bit though.
Yeah,
the game has so many layers. We had the jackpot. We had the Mark Parrish losing streak.
I do. I really enjoy it. It's funny how many people talk to me about it. Like this week, huh?
That's the number one thing I'm hoping that works out right for the board game is that if you play with the same group every time you play, if you're having game night with your neighbors or something, I hope the Rubes keep track of stats. If the game ever goes big nationally and they don't listen to the radio show, they just find it on a store shelf someday.
Yeah.
I doubt keeping stats are going to be part of it because that's just not what they've been accustomed to, like the radio listeners have been for 6 years. But it is kind of fun, and at least maybe the record, maybe not even wins and losses, but what's the most points anybody's ever scored in a game of initials when the board game actually hits? It'd be fun to have that bragging right with your friends that
and it's
you dominated the most.
Bragging right on social media too,
because for sure,
there's this is basically a practice set for people to practice at home and train your brain. Obviously, they could listen to all 311 podcasts.
Yeah,
but at the same time, people talk trash to us on Twitter as it is.
Right
now that they're going to be playing at home, this is perfect.
Wait, where's mine? I'm going to cram until next week. Gianna Turner, that's it. That's all we're playing this weekend. All next week.
No more
initials
Nintendo,
game.
no more Legos, just straight up initials.
Put Animal Crossing down.
Yeah, no kidding. Depending on when this podcast actually gets pushed, because even if we post it in 2 seconds, it always pushes super late. It's bizarre. Same thing with the main Power Trip podcast. Our system's bizarre. But if you hear this before the 2 p.m. Walls presser, I'm making the announcement on the initials launch party today. I'll probably wait until after 2, even though I don't expect it to change much, because I doubt Walls is going to say, go for it! Have 900 people at Udapills on June 20th.
He's not going to snap his fingers.
So I just got to talk to Udapills about last-second ideas. But I'll make an announcement on the launch party today, so people have 2 weeks to figure out what they want to do, whether or not they want to come pick up their game and their shirt, or if they just want to send somebody else that they submitted on Kickstarter, which is fine. But if you did just get the game, we're still, despite COVID, despite protests and riots, we haven't had any production hangups. I've gotten super lucky. All of the businesses I needed are still open. A couple of the places that are part of the process are very close to where rioting and looting went down, and they just didn't get hit. I got lucky multiple times, so it is going to be in, I think, people's hands almost exactly a month from now. which is pretty fast. I was told by people that have used Kickstarter in the past that most people expect when you pledge on Kickstarter that you get it within 2 to 3 months. That's a pretty standard turnaround time depending on what they're producing. And this will be essentially a little over 2 months after the Kickstarter ended, because it ended in late April.
Awesome.
It's going to be 2.5 months by the time the Kickstarter campaign ended from the time it's actually in people's hands, and that's not bad. And we're already, even in a production process, I found mistakes that I made on Kickstarter. I found mistakes in the last year or so just of the process of putting this game together. We've found production efficiency issues as well. So it should
not
be
mistakes, just things you learned that you would do better next time.
Even the printing company's like, wow, we've never done a board game like this, so we didn't expect this, or this.
Yep.
So those tweaks, they're already noting for version 2.0, we should be able to turn it around faster. And the other thing I might do next time is, I had no idea what the response was going to be this time. Version 2.0, I might have the go button on the first couple thousand boxes before the campaign even ends. So theoretically, I could start shipping games maybe within the first 2 to 3 weeks next time. Not the whole set, because I can't hit go on 7,000 boxes unless I know 7,000 boxes are going to be sold.
For sure.
Maybe the first 2,500 could just be like, they're just going to be in the can ready to ship as soon as the thing ends.
Yeah.
So we'll fix that for time too, but hopefully a little over a month from now, everybody will have it.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, you know what's funny too is that the behind the scenes with the vodka world, it's been really hard for a lot of Minnesota companies, a lot of other just to get product, just to get grain, to get ethanol because of hand sanitizer.
Oh,
it's all that's going to hand sanitizer.
That makes
I hadn't
sense.
thought of that at all.
Yeah, and they're just making a killing out of it. Companies are buying so much.
They're shifting their sell over
it's
to that
been
company.
tough.
Yeah.
Like some companies are struggling right now.
Well, we've seen some of
to find product because it's all going to hand sanitizer.
It makes sense because we've seen some of the breweries have become like sanitizer stations. Like that's what they've been producing. That makes
Distilleries have
sense.
become
Distilleries, that's the word I'm looking for.
Distilleries, all that. So so it's been good and everything at Northern, but it's for a lot of places it can't be too good because people are the Minnesota, it's just not there right now. It's keeping our hands clean.
Yeah, before you drink Northland, make sure your hands are clean.
And then the Northland cleans you out from the inside because it's so clean.
Well, and that demand, probably on both sides, isn't going anywhere. I mean, hand sanitizer is not going to become something we don't care about come 2021. I mean, it's still going to be a big deal.
Because there's still going to be some aftermath of
for sure
germs.
It's inevitable.
Germaphobes, and I wonder how many people are still just going to continue wearing masks. And,
I mean that's a lot of the reason we see it in Asian countries is because they're just more familiar with this sort of situation.
Yeah.
They experienced SARS, MERS. They've had these other situations. This is just the first one that really has been worldwide and was so quick. And we don't need to go over all the details. We all know that.
Isn't it crazy though? Like a couple years ago, I saw what's the gal's name? The gal from the 19 Kids and Counting show. What's the?
Say it again.
Michelle Duggar. Is Michelle the mom?
Duggar with a Dugan?
No,
the Duggars.
Duggars.
Oh yeah.
But is it Michelle? I think her mom. I think the mom's name is Michelle. It doesn't matter if it's not. The mom out of the Duggars was basically saying like, the world isn't overpopulated. We could fit everybody in this country. And you're like, you dumbass. We're not talking about taking up space. It's how much damage the amount of people that are here do, and do we have the resources to feed and shelter everybody? And isn't it crazy that we've talked about in the last couple of months, like when everybody stayed home, we saw all these crazy climate things fixed, right? Like the water in Venice and the pollution in China, right?
Yeah.
Like the world basically said, there's too many of you. It's not even how you're like, if there was less of us, we could probably do whatever we want and not have to worry about being environmentally sound, but there's so many fucking people and there's so many dumb people on this planet. Just stay inside once in a while and stop driving your truck, Mark.
Yeah.
Stop riding the scooter parade through my neighborhood.
Take more naps.
Yeah, take that should be. How about that for the next 30 years?
The tagline:
Fix the environment. Take more naps.
Take naps.
Just stay home.
I will lead the charge. I'll start today.
There was a point in time when reduce, reuse, recycle was just thought up. The idea, and now it's a thing.
Yeah.
Take more naps.
Yeah.
Stay
Get
at
more
home.
sleep.
Take more naps.
The world would be a better place if we all take some afternoon
Basically,
siestas.
Captain Planet.
Self-care.
Red Skull.
Yeah.
Look at Zach multitasking.
Yeah,
He's putting the podcast together while we're doing the after party podcast.
What do you want to do for a title?
By the way, see, this is proof, Mark, you feel like your memory's shit right now, right?
I know my memory's shit.
This is the one thing that pisses me off on a daily basis, and I'm not kidding you. This is getting old at 40 years old. We just did a radio show for 3.5 hours. And a lot of times when Zach says, what did we talk about, or what should the title be, I go, I don't even know what we did. Yeah. The whole thing's just a blur. I have no idea. Like, what did we discuss?
I don't know.
That's like during a hockey game. That's why you got to watch the video after the game, right? Because
watch the tape.
You can talk about certain things during the game, and you'll remember details, and on certain shifts. But then you go back and you watch tape, and there's so much of it you just don't remember. You're like, oh yeah, now I remember that.
But then you have those people that have that memory that it's popped up on ESPN in the news, where they ask them a question about a certain series 5 years ago in the first preseason game, and they can rifle off every single play and everything that happened. And it's just impressive. That's why we sit here and say, whoa.
There's those moments,
or John Gruden can count by threes. I mean, those sorts of things.
Yeah, and those, and that's we're not used to, like, especially hockey. The athletes, when you're playing, it's not like you get like a note card, right? So like all the everything, the pregame, all the video, all the homework that you do on each player and every individual, every system. So it's so back of your hand. That you remember all those details. You have to.
And in a lot of cases,
you don't get a notebook on the ice.
You're encouraged to have a short memory.
Oh, yeah.
Because you need to get back out for the next shift.
Good, bad,
and ugly.
Can't think
about the bad play.
Yeah. Good or bad, it doesn't matter. Moving on.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about today's show, because I don't know what we talked about for 3.5 hours. I know we did the initials game.
And all I can think of is the initial stuff.
Always like that.
I was going to say Rump Shaker. I was going to say Red Skull.
Rump Shaker, damn it. I couldn't think of...
What a song that is.
They're a funny bit that we did.
We debated whether or not we should give the police dog
pet the dog.
Pet the dog.
Oh, and my
Diesel.
friend,
How about Diesel? Diesel.
I did hear back from Brett on the dog.
Yeah, what'd he say?
And it was, let me see here.
By the way, if you didn't listen to the actual show, there was a story where a guy with a knife agreed to put it down and surrender to police if he was just allowed to pet a police dog, and we were debating whether or not that's a bad precedent to set. And I was like, well, if you can end the situation, that's a pretty good trade-off. But your buddy who's had a police dog said...
Remember, I said no.
Yeah.
You don't. Yes, you let him pet a dog. He said he had allowed it with certain situations to get people to comply when he was a handler.
So he's had this happen. He's had people ask,
so he's
can
like
I pet the dog if I just chill out?
Yeah, exactly. Like petting is one. He's like, but like then he goes on. He says petting is one thing, but you got to also, like, some dogs are. I mean, there's still police dogs, right? So like they're still trained to protect themselves and protect their handler.
And they're not at the Maple Grove Days parade. I mean, they're on duty and they're engaged in that moment.
So they got to be very careful. Yeah. Exactly. So like some dogs, he said in there that can't do it at all, and you just got to read the situation too if your dog's kind of comfortable or whatnot. Sure. But yeah, I was shocked. I thought for sure just be, I mean, that's their partner just because of that.
So I would suggest pet Diesel or don't pet Diesel.
Can I pet your dog? And then in parentheses, if I put down this knife.
Sounds like a Fall Out Boy song.
Yeah, no kidding. That's awesome.
That works.
All right, you guys want to get the hell out of here or what?
Yeah, yes, it's nap time.
We still have a minute and a half.
What? Well, fuck that.
It's nap time. See, Mark's trying to make the world a better place.
See?
He woke up early today.
I did.
I have an issue, and Zach knows about this because he comes to my rescue each week. I don't, my work clothes, which were, jeans and a shirt of some sort anyway. It wasn't like a suit. When I don't wear work clothes, I forget my wallet. And I don't leave the house. I don't have the check, the keys, phone, wallet. Make sure you have it. So every Friday, with the one day I come into the office, I get here and I'm like, oh, crap. Zach, I know you're busy. I know you're producing. Can you come down and let me in? And thankfully, I got in at the same time as another person on the downstairs. Yeah. But then I'm up on the 5th floor. So I feel like an idiot, but it's because I'm wearing basketball shorts and a T-shirt every day.
Be more professional.
These are my work clothes.
I have to put my wallet, my keys, and obviously my phone in the same places. If they don't stay in the same places, I am fucked.
My phone's on me
will
all
not
the
find
time.
them. I just
every time I leave,
hanging. My wallet isn't sitting on the ledge in the kitchen.
The key drawer in our house. I probably lifted my wallet up to get my keys that were underneath to get out the door. It just never registered in my head. Idiot. grab that as well, or you're going to be locked out. And I have one of the phone cases that has like a wallet, like slots on the back.
Yeah.
So all I need is my phone, and I got my license and my card or whatever.
Your key in your phone thing
because it's a little bigger, and the magnetic stuff weirds me out. I think it could potentially harm your phone. Whatever the system is,
probably affect the key more than
probably
anything.
the key. Yeah, you're right. Actually,
like for hotels and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. That's happened a bunch of times. Even if like you mix in with your credit cards, just at the hotel.
So that's why I don't put it on my phone, and it's a thicker card, so it's a leather case pocket, so it would stretch the pocket a little bit, and if I ever took it out, then my card will fall out. There's logic to it, but it doesn't make sense.
I leave that's I guess in the winter when I'm wearing jackets, I'll usually leave my wallet in the jacket. I forget my wallet all the time in the winter too.
Yeah,
for some reason. Damn jackets.
Is that a minute and a half?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good job, AJ.
Good job, everybody. Nice
great job.
Have
a great weekend. We'll see you
what do you mean? That was interesting.
I mean,
wallet talk.
I would have rather been napping.
There's the title. Wallet talk.
I gotta get that. I gotta get that Ridge wallet.
Is that the one, the expandable one that? There's one on Instagram I see all the time. It's an ad.
Yeah, I have like a half-ass Costanza wallet. Like my wallet, like I put everything in there because I just like to have all my cards. But that Ridge wallet, which I don't know anybody that has it, I don't think. Unless I think Charch has talked about it on the show when he's filled in. But it's basically like a metal wallet that flattens everything. So it just like look at Zach's wallet too. That's what mine looks like. That's a Costanza wallet.
See, like this.
How do you? And you put that in the front pocket because
I
no way
always
you
go
sit
front
on your back.
pocket. Always have my wallet in the front.
This is thick for me. Like
that's about as. I think that's a little bit thicker than a Ridge wallet would be. So you're fine.
I got my passport for Treasure Island.
Which you gotta have.
Right. Got all my rewards cards.
I love the rooster.
If anybody's listening to this and has had a Ridge wallet or currently has a Ridge wallet, just tweet me at Corey Cove and tell me if it's worth getting or not. I think they're like $90, but they look badass.
I'm seeing like on sale for like $75.
Okay.
They're front pocket thingies?
I'm a front pocket guy though anyway. I don't
this
like
one
sitting on my wallet
do you carry
ever.
much cash on you? Like
I used to for poker, but now I don't play poker essentially,
Okay.
and so otherwise I don't have a ton of cash on me now.
This would scare me a little because
I don't always carry much. Nowadays you just
it's card for everything.
Yeah,
unless you're gambling.
Easier.
The metal is a slipperier material than like leather. I feel like leather would grab a little bit and fall out of your pocket. So I'd be a front pocket person with this one.
Well, I'm a leather guy, so I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Is it? I know you guys are hip.
Luckily, my front pocket's empty.
Super hip on the fashion trends because I had a picture of me about a year ago, and this is how much it hurt me. So me about a year ago, it was a picture of me on Twitter. And you could see the outline of my wallet in my pocket because it's fucking gigantic.
Sure.
And somebody said, front pocket wallet guy, that's a rough look. And I'm like, it hurt my feeling. And I'm like, I didn't know that was a thing.
It's like when people have
guy too.
Like when people have a toucan wear pattern in the back pocket of their pants or something.
I just feel like I would.
They used to be cool back in the day.
I'm sure it did, yeah.
I feel like regardless of how Costanza wallet your wallet is, that I would feel it fall out of a front pocket easier than I would feel it just like if I'm sitting in my car or something, if it just slides out the back pocket. I just feel like I would feel, or especially pickpocketing. I feel like it would be much more difficult to pickpocket me in the front pocket than the back.
Well, remember, Meat Sauce learned how to pickpocket, so we should just ask him.
Learn how to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He watched a video on YouTube and came in and did he pickpocket you or Chris? It was Chris.
It must have been Chris. It wasn't me.
Did he do well?
I don't know.
I'd
love to be a good pickpocket and just steal people's shit. Be fun. Like Matt Damon in Ocean's 11.
You have an advantage that most of us don't have.
You're really good around the frontal area of men.
I was going to go with tiny hands, but...
I'm lightning fast.
Yeah, you're very good with pockets.
Okay. Nice cock hat. Power Trip Morning Show after party and done.